Hi everybody! Welcome back to Good Taste Kitchen. My name is McKaylin and I am your private chef. Well, actually today I'm your private baker. Today we are making banana bread and an egg custard pie. It's the holiday season, Christmas is in a couple of days, and I love being able to give out baked goods, and I'm actually doing a small little sale for the banana bread. So I have a few orders I have to get done, and I thought I would bring you guys along just to show you what the process looks like. We're gonna go through how to make the banana bread, what it takes to bake it. I got some different variations with no nuts, no chocolate chips, everything that goes into it. And then we're also going to go through and make an egg custard pie, which is super simple, super easy, but I'm gonna show you how to make a quick basic pie dough from scratch. I'm so excited, so let's get started. Okay, you guys, so I have everything laid out here. I have my bananas. They are ripened. I bought these at the beginning of the week just so that they would have time to become ripened as much as possible. And you want to have ripe bananas just so that they yield the most sweetness. So even this is okay. This is a dark banana. This is what you want because the darker they are, the more ripe they are, the sweeter they are, and softer and easier to mash and whip up. So that's what we want. I've got just some all-purpose flour here, salt, baking soda. I have eggs here, brown sugar, chocolate chips, some butter. I have a mixing bowl to crack my eggs, a whisk, and then I do have the electric mixer here at the end of the counter. You can't see it, but that is just in case I am not able to get the texture that I need with the regular wire whisk. Okay, I am going to make each bread separately just because, again, there are different modifications for each bread, but I'm gonna bake them in batches. But I wanna be able to make each bread separately in the bowl just so I'm able to get the right texture, the right consistency. If I did everything in a big, huge bulk, it wouldn't yield what I needed to. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with the first one. I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. So first, it's a half a cup of butter. So that's gonna be 1 stick of butter. Next is gonna be 3/4 cup of brown sugar. So I have a 1/4 cup here. I'm gonna do 3 of these, packing the sugar in there. 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna do just a little extra, just so it's extra sweet. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and beat this together, the butter and the sugar, cream this down. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with 3 bananas. The recipe I use calls for 2.5 cups of banana, but I like to use just 3 full bananas to get the flavor that I want. So I'm going to add this to the butter and sugar. I'm just taking my whisk and I'm gonna go in and mash these bananas. Okay, so here's our batter so far. This is the butter, sugar, and bananas. You don't want to mash the bananas up completely. You want to leave them a little lumpy just so it adds some texture. Next, I'm going to go in and add 2 eggs. Okay, so far we have the butter, we have the brown sugar, we have the 3 bananas. Everything is mixed together in this bowl. Next, it's time to go in and add the dry ingredients. So the first thing I'm adding is 2 cups of flour. You want to make sure it's sifted. teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, and then we're gonna mix all of this together. Okay, all of our dry goods are mixed in. Now time to go in and add chocolate chips. Add as little or as much as you want. Okay, and here is our batter for our first banana bread. It looks really good. It tastes good. I already tasted it, and you get the essence of the banana flavor. So we're in good shape. Okay, so I just have a 9-inch baking pan, a loaf pan. One batch, 1 count of the banana bread recipe should make 1 9-inch loaf pan. I'm just gonna pour this in here. I did lightly spray the pan. If you want to flour it or butter it, you can do it lightly. It doesn't need a ton because this will not stick at all. Okay, here is the batter in the pan. As you can see, it does not come all the way up to the top. You don't want it to, because this is that baking soda and it's going to activate and it's going to blow this up. So it'll come all the way up to the top of the pan. I am going to go in and sprinkle some brown sugar on top, just so that it seeps in the cracks when the bread is baking. Okay, 1 down, 10 more to go. This one is going to be one with no nuts. On the other ones with nuts, I will crumble up the walnuts on top with the brown sugar, and it'll add a nice little crunch to it. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the rest of the batches of the banana bread, and then I will come back and show you guys how to make a quick and easy pie dough. Okay, you guys, so I have the oven on at 350 degrees. I have the first batch of banana bread in the oven. I did 3 loaves for the first batch. The other ones are waiting patiently for their turn in about 30 minutes. Right now we're going to get started on this pie dough for the egg custard pie. It's super simple. It couldn't be any more easier, and I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So in this bowl, I have sifted all-purpose flour. This is weighed out at 15.5 ounces. I have just some water here. This does not have to be measured. You're going to add as much as you need or as little as you need. Salt, I have a 1.5 teaspoons. Sugar, I have 1 full ounce. Butter, I have about 11 to 12 ounces. I'm gonna add in all of my ingredients. Here's the salt, adding in the sugar. Then I'm gonna add in the butter. Okay, so we have everything besides the water in the bowl. Next, I'm just gonna go in and kind of break that butter apart and mash it together with the flour and the other ingredients. Okay, so as you're mixing the dough, you're gonna see that it starts to come together. It's gonna look really shaggy. This is what we have so far. This is what you want. Now I'm gonna go in and add just a little bit of water, cold water. Make sure not to melt that butter. Gonna continue mixing. And at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and take the mixture out of the bowl and move it to the counter. And you're gonna continue to knead the dough. Be careful not to add too much water so that your dough doesn't become soaking wet and then it's just a hot mess. You want it moist, but you don't want it wet. And as you can see, everything just comes together. Very easy. Okay, you guys, so here is the dough kneaded all up. I'm going to get this into the refrigerator to rest for as long as possible, and then I'm going to get started on the batter for the egg custard pie. Okay, you guys, so the first batch just came out the oven and they look beautiful. Gorgeous bread. I'm gonna do a test with a knife just to see if it comes out clean. Clean knife. All right, I'm gonna get these flipped over, let them cool off, and get the second batch in. Really quick, I wanted to show you guys just how the loaves came out. They're cooling now, but they are beautiful. Take a look outside the pan. Here's the bottom. Beautiful and tasty. Okay, you guys, the pie dough's been resting for about an hour and a half. I'm gonna go ahead and get it rolled out and into the pie shell. Okay, you guys, so next we're going to be making the filling for the egg custard pie. It's super simple, almost as simple as making the pie dough. In the bowl we have 2 tablespoons of sifted all-purpose flour. We're going to go in with a cup of granulated white sugar, a If there's any big chunks like this, you want to make sure that those don't go into the mix, just to have the smoothest batter as possible. I'm going to go in with the cup of milk. Fourth cup of melted butter. 3 eggs. I'm going to do about 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. And then 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. Okay. And we're just going to whisk all of that together. Okay, you guys, and here is the batter for that egg custard pie. It's silky, it's smooth, it's shiny. This is what we want. I have the pie crust here. I did go ahead and par bake it for probably about 2 or 3 minutes, just to kind of make sure that it's not halfway done, but probably 1/4 of the way done, and that the crust is done in time as the same time as the custard is. So we're gonna go ahead and pour this in. And this is going to go into the oven at 325 degrees for about 45 minutes to an hour. Okay, you guys, it is the next day. I have completed all of the baking. This is how the bread turned out. The packaging I decided to go with, just a cute little dolly, a ribbon. Here's the egg custard pie. And then of course I have my holiday cards. It's time for delivery. I just want to thank you guys for tuning in and watching this video. If you're looking for more baking classics, more baking videos, just make sure to tune into Good Taste Kitchen. See you guys next time. Bye.